My name is Rick Sanchez. I'm with a company called Tractor Tip, and we have for sale here today is a Case 480F LL box blade. We're going to talk about the mechanics of this particular machine in the first clip, the operating specs in the second. We'll run it in the third. The serial number of this particular machine, the full serial number is JJG0005992, and I'm going to leave that last digit blank. Price on a new machine like this these days is probably about $75,000. This machine has actually got 2,033 hours, and I was told that's the original hour meter reading on this machine. I'll get a little bit into the history of this machine in a bit. As far as manufacturers go, Case is #1 in the world of heavy construction, mining, and even agricultural equipment. This particular machine weighs about 9,000 pounds. The widest point is actually that bucket at 6 foot 10 inches. The tallest point is actually that smokestack right there, and that smokestack is 9 foot. But if you were to take the smokestack off, your tallest point would be the top of this cab, which is 8 foot 3 inches. The transportation length from the end of that box blade all the way to the front of the cutting edge when it's in transport profile is 16 feet. As far as the history of this unit goes, this machine, like most of the machines we purchase, is an original owner Dallas, Texas machine with no rust. We're 300 miles south, or we're 300 miles from the ocean and far enough south that we don't deal with any salt or any kind of corrosive material. I mean, you'll see this machine hasn't been painted. This is the original paint job, and you'll see some surface rust where the paint's flicked off and the rainwater has kind of gotten to it. But this is it in no way, shape, or form is pervasive. It's essentially a rust-free machine. Just about every machine we purchase comes from about 30 different well-organized contractors and municipalities here in the Metroplex that we deal with. This particular box blade comes from one of the largest utility contractors, actually Road and Bridge. He's one of the largest contractors here in Texas. The owner bought this tractor for he's got a huge ranch down in South Texas, and that's pretty much where this machine has stayed. It was barn kept. He was the original owner, and that's one of the reasons why it's got such low hours. I've bought a lot of construction equipment off these guys, and this isn't a typical machine that they carry. We usually, matter of fact, that 324D there we bought from them. We bought 2 of them off of them, among other things. I mean, but this machine here was just something different. We've always been happy with all the machines that we purchase from these guys, and it should be said that before I purchase any machine, my mechanics thoroughly inspect it, and then I inspect it before I write a check, provided everything works out okay. As far as options go, this has obviously got a Gannon box blade. As you can see, it's got a 3-point hitch here. So you can run other attachments off this machine. As far as the engine goes, this machine is that engine is a Case 4-390. It's a 4-cylinder diesel. It's got a gross horsepower of 69, a net horsepower of 63. It's got a 26-gallon fuel tank, which will run you 12 to as many as 20 hours, depending on your application, on a single tank of fuel. This machine is mechanically sound. There's no leaks on it. Everything works. It's got a 2-speed transmission, high and low, which works flawlessly. The brakes stop it on a dime. Top speed in forward is 22 miles an hour. Top speed in reverse is 19. This machine is a two-wheel drive machine. As you can see, the tires are about 85%. These tires here are 17.5 24s. These tires in the front here are 11-16s. They all match. As far as things wrong, this machine doesn't have any work lamps to speak of. It's got one rear work lamp that does work. So, I mean, all the electrical system works, so it wouldn't be hard to go to Harbor Freight and just get some tractor lights put on it. What else, Tank?
The bucket dimensions.
Oh, yeah. So all of the hydraulics are strong on this machine. There's no cracks or welds anywhere in the work equipment. All of the pins and the bushings are relatively tight. There's no kind of deflection or any kind of problem in any of the work equipment or this box blade here. As far as the dimensions, this box blade here, the width of this box blade is 6 foot 5 inches. It's 1 foot 7 inch high, and the depth is 28 inches. These shanks here are about 10 inch, 11 inch. These shanks right here are about 11 inches. As far as this bucket goes, this bucket is 6 foot 10 inches wide. 6 foot 10 inches wide. It's 3 foot tall, and it's 2 foot 5 inches deep. I'd rate it about a 1 yard bucket heaped. The hinge pin height of this right here, if you were loading into a dumpster, is 11 feet. Breakout force on this loader is 5,800 pounds, and the maximum lift capacity is 4,800 pounds to its full height. That's about it. What else, Tank?
Cutting edge is 100% on the back side and about 60% on the front.
Okay. Tank just said cutting edge is 100% on the front side, about 60% up front. Oh, and the teeth back here. These teeth back here are, there's a couple of teeth missing, but they're pretty much 100%. Okay. Okay, so this is a video of the inside of the cab. There's your hour meter reading. I don't know if that's going to come out there. It says 2033. Here's your box blade controls. This is your loader control, your ignition switch. Now with this particular machine, you got to turn this. It's an anti-theft thing. You got to turn this when you press this button here to start the machine. Here's your low and high speed transmission. This is your brake here. You know, little transmission disconnect down here. There's your fuel pedal. Your emergency brake right here. This is your seat, and your battery is conveniently located to the left. Here's your box blade there. I said this was a 2-speed. It's actually a 4-speed. I stand corrected. I just put it in high gear, so I'm gonna go in high gear now.